Right. Give thanks to the one who gave life and strength. It's another exciting week, and I'm glad to be here again. I can't be much better than I am now. Welcome to LIZTALKS once again. My name is Liz. Don't be reminded that if you just joined us, you're watching LIZTALKS, and thanks for tuning in as well. This week, we bring to you a legend of our time. I call him the living legend. He says he had a name by Tanzanians, Omezo Mezo. I hope I had it right, you know. He is a Ghanaian broadcaster, an influencer, filmmaker. He has a lot of things he does himself. He's quite versatile. And he's also a brand influencer as well. He's worked with Cap Farm, MTN, the likes of Guinness, name it. I mean, this person I'm about to have a chit chat with is the one and only Mikki Osei Berko. I will introduce my guest to you after this short commercial break. Please stay. Right, as I said earlier on, I told you we have Mikki Osei Berko with us here in the studio. I will allow him to introduce himself and then we get to chatting. Welcome, Mikki.
Thank you.
Hey, you look so composed and relaxed.
Yeah, I should
How have
be.
you been though?
It's been Ghana life. Ghana life is Ghana life all the time. So we try to survive.
Looking young as ever.
Wow.
Yes, I was very young when I saw you.
Yeah.
Very young. I don't even know if
I have a grey beard now,
I
so
can see, but you're still looking good.
wow.
Yes. I don't even know how old you are now.
Yeah, I'm in my late 40s.
Late.
Yeah.
But you can look like 30s though. If you tell somebody you're in
Wow.
your early 30s or mid 30s,
Probably if I start applying yomo and stuff like that.
then maybe you should. You look so good as ever.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
basically, we want to know how life was growing up for you. Was it hard? Did you have things soft? How was life growing up for you as a child?
Oh well, I think this interview couldn't have come at a better time because just yesterday or last night I met a friend of mine. We grew up like brothers together, you know, and we were reminiscing
The old days.
the old days when we were like 13,
Ooh.
14 years.
I can
It
understand.
was great bringing back those ideas, but I was born in bred at an area in Accra called Accra New Town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very close to Nima,
Whoa.
Alajo, and
The environment.
that enclave.
Exactly.
That was where I was born, and that's where I was raised actually.
Really?
Yeah, so I can easily qualify myself as a Zongo boy.
Whoa. So do you speak the language?
I speak a bit of Hausa, but I speak a good Ghana and all of that because,
Wow.
yeah.
But you don't sound when you speak. It doesn't show though, because you sound like a true American. Like the tree is on point.
That's in my blood. Yeah, my dad is a pure Ashanti, so that's in my blood. Obviously,
It can't change.
It can't change. Though I wasn't connected to my dad until my early 40s. Yeah,
Where was he though?
My dad has been out of the country for like 50 years.
Where?
He kept coming back and forth. But I personally spoke to and saw my dad in my early 40s.
Wow.
Yeah.
So growing up, you never saw him.
No, until I was 40 plus. You know,
Hey.
there was no dad. I was classified as a bastard at the time.
Your mom and your dad weren't married.
My mom didn't know where my dad was.
How?
How?
What happened?
I don't know, but if you're interested in the story.
Yes, I am.
My mom didn't know where my dad was. I didn't know where my dad was until I was 40 plus.
Mm.
And
But was he taking care of you? Did you?
my mom didn't know where my dad was.
At all.
Yes.
Maybe you know that some parents who would say, okay, because this man didn't treat me well,
At
I
least
will hide my child from him. There's some women who do that.
no. My mom didn't know
This
where
case,
my dad was.
genuinely, she didn't know.
No, my mom didn't know where my dad was.
How did it feel like?
Myself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Going to school, seeing your friends with their fathers.
Right. It makes me have a different perception of who a woman can be, and that's what my mom was. My mom was both the man and the woman in my life, and that exposes the strength of a woman that you rarely see in life. You understand? Because I keep saying that sometimes some other women will even feel ashamed of the child.
Exactly.
Where's your dad? Where's the father? Who born him?
And they hide the kids.
Yeah, but my mom was very proud of me.
Wow.
He exposed me. He checked me. He would beat me. She would beat me up if I misbehave, because, like I mentioned, where I grew up could easily be classified as the Zungu lane in Accra. You understand?
You
The
can
hardcore.
hardly make it, living in such
Yeah,
areas.
people do break boundaries, but it's easy for you to go on the other side.
Yes, you go wayward
Than come this way. So you need a stronger figure in your life to direct your path, and that's what my mom was about. So growing up, I looked up to her, and eventually I felt that, well, she was doing what she got to do. There were times that I go to her and say, "Now go and show me where my dad is. Go and show my dad." And she'll say that if your dad likes you, he'll come for you.
But what triggers that, though?
Sometimes
what triggers it?
Sometimes you go around and see people and their dads, and they're happy, and dads are getting stuff for their children. They hold their hands to school, and you
It's
can't
like you
identify
miss a
anybody
father
as your
figure.
dad. Yeah.
But didn't you have any stepdad?
Yeah, along the line, but stepdad. My mom had a boyfriend, but that was not a stepdad. You understand? Yeah, not somebody who was with us all the time.
So basically, she didn't remarry. She didn't marry.
No.
Okay.
So
you just saw the person as, this person comes to my mom, and then
exactly.
you have
So
that.
yeah.
So you never grew fond of anybody you could see, say, okay, let me confide in this one. Maybe this man is with my mom. He will treat me like his
No.
own.
The only one I confided in was dead. I was Kwame Nkrumah. So I confided in him through prayers. That's my dad.
Prayers. That is weird. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Weird is my middle name, so remember.
So you are weird.
It's my middle name. Mikki,
I'll
weird
take it like
Osei
that.
Berko. It's my
Weird.
second, yeah.
That's nice. You have an interesting story.
Yeah, so
Very.
that explains why I can be weird. Yeah, of course.
You can get me confused and give me the name. But we're on track.
Yeah, let's go.
It is fine. We are going. So coming back, I'm interested in the father side because I feel like growing up as a child, when you don't have anybody to look to as a father, sometimes it makes you go wary. It makes you go wayward a bit in a way. Didn't you feel like, okay, because I don't have a father figure, it made me get exposed to certain vices? You never felt that way in your life?
Yeah. I mean, I had friends who had father figures in their lives, whose fathers were non-existent as well.
Oh, okay.
So I took consolation
From them.
From them
At
because
least you're not the one in it.
because I could see fathers, even as young as I was, I could see very responsible fathers around their children. You understand? And sometimes, even as young as I was, I said that it's better I don't have a father than be a child to this man.
As young as you were,
Yeah.
how old were you by then?
Oh,
because if you can think like that.
I started thinking like these around 8 years, 9 years. I'd already thinking about these. I mean, around 8, 9 years, I was listening to love songs. I believe so much in romance and all of that. Yeah.
So you started dating quite early.
On my mind,
In your
not
mind?
physically.
Okay, but physically, at which age did you start?
In my early teens.
And is she the person you got married to?
No. You know,
So how
no.
many relationships were you into before you got married? Oh, yeah, that's a weird question. But I expect a weird answer though. So, today, dear.
First of all, I've not settled down yet, so I'm still on I'm still within the channel. So when you say finally settled down, like it has come to an end.
So you're not married?
I used to somehow, but for now, I don't want to comment on.
Well, are you divorced?
On that at the moment.
Are you divorced?
I don't want to comment on those at the moment. Can you help me with that? Yeah, I don't comment on that.
You don't want to talk about it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
but I have 5 kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With one woman?
4 with one woman and extra 1 with...
Is she the one you're seeing now?
No, I'm not seeing anyone.
So you're single?
Yes, for now.
Ready to mingle?
Mingle, yes, not ready. I want to mingle.
Hey, you want to mingle?
Yeah.
But you're not ready. But
well, I mean, so to speak, I'm just pulling your legs.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think that in life many things happen, and I don't want to bruise my own thoughts. You know, sometimes I want to be responsible for what I go through.
Yeah.
I don't want to go around blaming people for
your own
actions or things that happen to me. So I take responsibility. Then again, that has trained my mind that then it is my own thoughts that will take me to where I am, and not with the I mean, how society thinks, so to speak. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I tend to believe that now my happiness depends on me.
Solely.
Because I've not had happiness from people. You understand?
I think you always thought, you know, happiness comes from someone.
No, when people come into your life, they should make it better.
Yes.
Are you getting my point?
Exactly.
If my happiness is at 60% and you come into it and it doesn't improve to 80%, it means that you are not performing.
So literally, you are saying that you were not with the right partner.
I didn't say that.
No, because if you are with the right partner, she will make you happy.
Well, people could be right in different ways.
Okay.
You understand?
Or you didn't compliment each other.
I didn't say that.
I'm trying to understand you.
I'm trying not to answer. All that I'm saying is that.
Okay.
No, I mean, listen, you can't underrate people. You know, I've had like I said, I have 5 children, beautiful children who have grown to be responsible. You know, some of them are doing different stuff, law, some of them university, some of them are playing football and all of that. You know, and I'm thankful to God for helping me with partnership that could even breed these children, because those are gifts that are beyond anything else. So I appreciate that. But then again, it comes back to my own happiness, whether I'm a happy person or not. Because
so are you a happy person?
For now, I'm not really. I'm trying to be.
Why would you say that?
You want me to reveal a lot of things. I don't see myself as a happy man.
Why?
Because there are few things that I think ought to be fulfilled in my life to bring completion to my happiness, and my soul is still searching for that.
Like a partner?
Possibly one of the very important areas of my life.
So, looking at this scenario you gave, that means that even Gloria Sappho was not okay to fit that position?
I never said that.
But it was out there that you guys were set to be married.
It wasn't true. But later on, I was getting interested, but I realized that she's far-fetched.
As in, she's seeing someone?
I think so.
You think?
Yeah.
But if you can't place a finger on it, why do you draw back?
I can place everything else on it apart from my finger.
You're always smiling, right?
And he says he's not a happy guy. Can you imagine that? Well, that's what
How
happens.
can you be always happy and smiley, and not happy?
Yeah, I wake up, sometimes go through emotions and shed tears.
Are you emotional?
Super,
You're very emotional.
extra, super emotional. But I also think that is what gives me some level of creative understanding to life.
Exactly.
Yes, my emotions get so deep. Even when I think about concepts for advertising, I run it through so deep in my soul. So that level of emotional adrenaline drives some of the creative stuff that God gives to me. Yeah.
Well, there was a notion that, at the time you were seeing Gloria, you were still married, and people were, speculating, saying all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Did it get to you?
I heard that somebody said that my wife and kids are in the UK.
In the
Obviously,
UK.
once I have a woman with kids in the UK, somebody might think like that, but I don't even know who it was. But I didn't really care about that.
You don't care?
About that, no.
So you want them to say anything they should say? I mean, you don't really care?
No,
Speculations.
yeah, that's what God asked me to do comes with a lot of those. Even preacher men and religious leaders are getting bashing and all of that about an ordinary citizen of the street like myself who is trying to build some reputation in my craft. There are people who would say things, people who, different things, but for me, I have so much to think about to survive, to spend some energy there. I'm spending energy to work out my emotions.
Okay.
I'm spending energy to even keep myself together, and my thoughts together, because I spend a lot more energy to keep myself a way that I can perform,
Okay.
to keep my problems away,
Aside.
and that's a lot of energy spent there. So I can't be spending energy on what other people who don't even know me and what I go through think about. And I also know that they see me out there and they think that, oh, he's a
Everything is okay.
happy-go-lucky person.
Exactly.
And it will take me ages, maybe forever, to convince them that it's not like
that.
they see. And I can do that, so I'd rather forget about that and focus on the best I can do in that circumstance.
So what really led to the breakup? Because you and Gloria suffered. Because you were getting interested.
Yeah, but
I'm sure you were even interested already.
Before
No, I mean, like, as you guys were dating, so
I've always liked Gloria.
Yes.
I thought that she's a beautiful woman. Apart from that, that's not what I look at for, not just the external features of the product, but the engine as well. I think that she's the engine is the fulcrum of the human being, the brain.
Oh, okay. You are talking about the upper part.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Because there are two parts.
No, that's exhaust pipe.
Oh, okay. That side is the exhaust pipe. Oh, okay. So we are now talking about the engine.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's go on. Today we met to meter.
Yeah. So you need to look at the engine and how it functions, and I think that she's a very intelligent woman, hardworking, and it will be every man's desire.
Do you think there's a chance?
If you help me.
As you help you,
yeah.
Oh, I will. Gloria, this one day, please.
No, if you do it here, it won't carry the weight.
Sure.
You have to go to a house.
Oh dear, let's go for a quick break here. When we return, we'll delve into his life more.
Yeah.
Stay with us, don't go anywhere. welcome back from that short commercial break. Mikki,
Yeah.
you're kind enough about your relationship and stuff. Let's talk about your life. How did you start acting? Which year did you get into acting?
Yeah, I got into acting was it's 5 plus 5. I was 10. I think I got into acting 1981.
81.
That's the first time I acted on stage. I think I was just about 10 years old.
Oh.
Yeah. And just within the enclave where I was born, we used to have inter-schools drama competition for the public schools.
Okay.
Some of us didn't have the opportunity of going to international or preparatory school. Yeah, we were the ambassadors for Saito.
Really?
What name Saito?
Yeah, I mean in power.
You know, Saito ambassadors.
So that means growing up in and share that easy like that.
The easy I saw the car. Oh, papa, yeah, oh, papa, I'm struggling mother.
Hustling.
Yeah, so, but my mom, killed herself to give some average sustainability.
Exactly.
You know,
Bad, sir.
and your bad say, my first time I share leather shoe was when I was going to the secondary school. Yeah, I slept with the shoes on my bed and wrote my name underneath.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I grew up. It wasn't all
rosy.
It was difficult but sustainable. At least I wasn't barefooted. My mom could afford some rubber shoes for me to wear. So I wouldn't get the middle class or the up class, but at least survivor. You understand? Kakaka. So it wasn't easy. So I think it was in class 5, Accra Newtown 4 primary school. Our teacher then directed us in a play, and we competed in the school's drama competition, and our play won, and I played the lead role in the play. So I was became the actor of the year. You know, I was given a scroll and a certificate at the time. So at 10, I'd already seen the vision, though I wasn't guided. Maybe if my parents had seen it earlier in me, maybe I could have gotten the opportunity before 10 years. And even if they could have afforded giving me that opportunity, because here, how many people are able to attest that our child has this talent and let's help him or her grow it. Most parents don't even recognize that. But, you know, apart from my mom, God was my director. So, you know, at 10, he had given me a revelation of how it looks like.
How did you see it?
No, at 10 years, a schoolboy, I was in a class. My teacher says, okay, Michael, you play the king. And I played the king. You know, there were other guys there. I played the king. And then we go for inter-schools drama competition where different schools are performing. Some are doing poetry, some are doing drama, some are doing dancing. And you see, you have about 48 schools, 49 schools performing. And then our school play won the play of the year. So that alone is God's direction, isn't it? I didn't plan that.
But then you had interest in it, naturally.
Yes.
You had love for it.
I think that growing up, I was somebody who would easily pick up characters and try to act them out as a kid.
So it's like inculcated in you.
Yeah, so when that really brought the focus, like the play acting competition.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's one thing that I think that the government should go back to institute at schools. You know, it brings out a lot. Develop them from the grassroots. You understand? We should have theater clubs in secondary schools, in JSS, and all of that. Drama competitions. You see, to unearth certain talent. So that's how I came through, and I never looked back. I mean, throughout school, I went to the secondary school. I was a science student, as a matter of fact, when I was in the secondary school. But
why science, though? Somebody would ask, because you were doing these theater plays, you were
at secondary school.
acting. No, I mean like when you were young.
Yeah.
Yes, doing this drama plays and all that. So why would you choose science?
That's another thing we need to talk about as a society. We have something we call career counseling.
Okay.
There are none of those here. You go to school and you don't have any career counseling to counsel you, or because of your talent you have to do this.
To go here.
Nobody does that
So
in
what
this
led
country.
you into doing science?
Right. I was gifted with mathematics.
Okay, yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, so I used to teach some of the ladies maths for them to give me food.
Really?
Yeah.
So why did you go women? Because
the men are proud and the girls are some tear woman. So
the family now
every Saturday I teach them and then they bring me food from different angles to survive. So and the school that I went to, Adontin Secondary School, had about 350 students every year group. Okay, so when we get to Form 3 and we're choosing our subjects, then we used to choose our subjects when we were in secondary school, Form 3. Only 14 people get to do science because we have a small laboratory and all of that. So out of 350 something students, only 14 people get to do science. And these 14 people should be the best math students in the 350. You understand? So you feel proud to be in a science class. So the prestige led me there. But can you imagine, whilst my folks are doing practicals at the chemistry lab, me and the folks will be rehearsing a play at the dining hall.
How? It doesn't even tally. But science students, when they're always confined in a particular space, reading, calculating some maths, texting some one or two.
I was a showbiz science student.
What makes it?
No. So it was a talk of the school. Mikki, practicals. So you say, every time at the dining hall rehearsing with my folks to perform at entertainment. Eventually, I became the entertainment prefect.
Wow.
Yeah, in my year group.
A science student?
Yeah, a science student becoming an entertainment prefect. That was the first time, actually, in the history of my school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has anybody broken that record?
I'm not sure they would be able to break that record because the science students are not really interested in entertainment. No. I think so. I think I'll have to check, but I believe that it cannot be because there are literature students there and all of that.
Exactly.
Arts students. So I'm not sure because all my predecessors, even the producer of Ifira.
It's also adulting.
Yeah, he was an entertainment prefect 2 years before me.
Wow.
Yeah. So Adontin has gifted good entertainers to Ghana.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, Michael Landor, he was the entertainment prefect 1990 and I was entertainment prefect 92.
92.
Yeah. And both himself and even the guy who came after him, he's passed on, he became a policeman. They were both art students and sometimes business students as well.
Okay, so fast forward after completion, and then you decided to enter acting fully, or what happened?
I trained as a teacher.
You trained as a teacher?
Yeah.
Were you still acting by then?
Yeah, but there were no professional acting circumstances in the country, so what you do is that you'll be acting from, doing what you gotta do. I joined a theater group. I trained as a teacher.
How did you meet Bob Santo though?
Santo. Santo, the first time I met Santo, I was a 9-year-old sitting in a crowd watching him perform on the stage. That was the first time I saw Santo.
Wow.
Because I used to go watch bandstands playing, and then after playing, they'll have something they call concert. They'll do a local drama. I don't think you have ever experienced that.
No.
It used to be our biggest form of entertainment back in the day, 70s, 80s, where we have a band, and all the top musicians had bands.
Okay.
You understand? Like Nana Kwame and Pedu, Ampofo J, Oboba J, Adolfo.
Exactly.
Those were the top musicians at the time, and they all had a band. And what they do is that they go to community centers to perform. And when they perform, they play their own music and then have some people to do some drama on societal plays and all of that. And so Santo and Co were part of Nana Kwame and Pedu's band.
Okay.
They were the concert players. I mean, they were the actors
On that band.
on the band. You know, so I
Did
used
you
to
have
go
like
watch
a
them.
one-on-one relationship with him?
Eventually,
Yes.
when I got the opportunity to even play alongside him
Mm-hmm.
in a film, and those are some of the gratifying moments of my life that some people I used to watch,
Now you're close to them.
and then I get to perform with them.
All similar stuff. Would you say you're problematic, or people don't want to, understand you as a person?
Thank you for that question. It's a great question. I like that. Yes, I'm a different kettle of fish.
You are close to weird. You said
Very
that.
weird. But the understanding is that I depend on that weirdness to survive.
Okay.
And I also try to live away from hypocrisy.
Okay.
I'm one of the realest people you ever find. I try to be real in every circumstance. I'm not perfect even at that,
Okay.
but I keep improving every time. Asɛm no a da no siiɛ no, sɛ manka nkyerɛ wo yie a next time you see a mɛsan ka no brutal sɛnea wobɛte ase yie, because I blast it off my heart and I'm gone. And because of that, I also respect my own thoughts and intelligence. Like I said, I feel that most of my thoughts are guided by the Spirit of God. Exactly. I believe that. So there are things that happen in my life that I think that I took myself there but not God.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And there are times too that God uses certain things to transform what agenda He has for me. Okay. God used multimedia to answer the questions I was asking Him why I should come back home.
Okay.
Because I was asking God, it's just my mother back in Ghana now. Country now, politicians said that. Why don't I build because my children are going to be here anyway. Mm-hmm. You understand? Then again, I didn't have a house here. I didn't have a job here. What am I coming to do? Mm-hmm. You understand? Then all of a sudden, multimedia calls me and says that we have a job for you, so come and do it.
Wow.
Are you getting my point? I said, wow. I said, then if one of the guys said, you need to come for an interview. I said, come for an interview in Ghana.
No.
They said, no. Then later they came and said, okay, we can do the interview on Skype. So I remember the interview, I was in my suit and boxers. So I decided to come. That plus my mom and wanting to come back, because I didn't go to England actually to live there. I went there to learn ways and come back home. Even that's what I tell my children. I didn't bring you here to live here forever, learn a lot and come and help your people. So I came and then I started programs there. I mean, one of the things they asked me at the interview was, what new are you bringing to the table? And I said, all my radio life, I never had producers. And from where I've learned in England, radio stations, a presenter, you have a lot of producers to feed you information and all of that.
Exactly.
So I feel that when I come and you people give me a good production team, you
can deliver.
A lot can be different, because all my radio life, even being nominated as best radio presenter and all of that, I never had a production team. So of course, if a production team comes, it will be different. That's I thought was common sense. Now I come back home, there was no production team. Now I find some guys to help me to produce the show. Even to give them transport was a problem. I asked programs manager says, you, even the money we are paying you, some people have worked there 10 years, they are not paying that money. My perception of multimedia was Joy FM, the level of professionalism.
Exactly.
So when I came, I realized that Adom FM was different from Joy FM, as a matter of fact. So these things raged on. And now the guy even saying that the program director is saying that people don't even listen to my show, and I'm not as exciting as I used to be. I said, yes, of course, because when I was exciting, I used to scream on the radio, yeah, boy. And I go to live in England for 7 years and come back and say, yeah, boy. I'll be an idiot.
Okay, that's a nice one. Finally, your ending words, your little advice to people that look up to you. You are a living legend. I think you need to be
Wow.
celebrated here.
Thank you.
30 years in the industry is, quite, commendable. You've done enough. So finally, what are the words to the youth especially?
Well, one of the things that I always tell the youth that it's important we acquire skills.
Okay.
You know, you could have talent, but what people pay for are skills, not just talent. Talent is the raw version of what you can do. But when you apply technique, that's technical knowledge to that talent, that is when it becomes a skill for you to use to earn a living.
Exactly.
I meet some of the youth very often. I don't have a job. Can you help me? And I say, what job can you do? Oh, meet me at ABB. And I'm saying, oh, say no. KLM4 parking plane be or airport. Meet me at drive. Tomorrow. No, now show my name. So also meet me at ABB. The pilots, pilot at Juma airport is here. No, can say. You understand? So the sad part of it is that we don't even get to identify the kinds of skills that can transport us from where we are. So I always tell you, go out there, find out the things that you're interested in, and then don't just find out the things you're interested in, build the skills around it.
Exactly.
You understand? Because if you don't build the skills around it, you can't benefit from it. That's what people pay for. So we should leave that level where we think that no. God will give you the wisdom to think and bring things to yourself. You understand? And it's important. I believe that you can live a genuine life and survive. You understand? Growing up, I turned fruit.
Wow.
I've sold toffees and PK and all of that in a box. I've worked at the block factory and all of that. You understand? So, and even my acting career, some of the things that you see me do this time didn't come by accident. It has been preparing from way back. I go for rehearsals 3 times a week for like 10 years of my life. You know, I was rehearsing 3 times a week. You go for rehearsal 4 hours every day. You go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, and worked on the stage, performed at different places. You know, so nothing comes that easily. You need to prepare and work hard towards it. And I always say that luck is when opportunity meets preparedness. That's your lucky time.
Exactly.
So you might have the opportunity, but when you're not prepared, your luck will never shine. So get yourself prepared. Build knowledge, build skills, build your capacity, ability to be able to do things. Once you get prepared, I tell you, the opportunity will come and that will be your lucky day.
Oh.
So I keep preparing myself every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
This has been, a good one. Thanks so much
You're welcome.
for honoring our invitation.
Yeah.
That was Mikki Osei Berko, the living legend I call him. He's been thriving in the industry for many years, 30 years and still counting. He's still evergreen, as you used to say him.
But I like blue these days because of Chelsea.
So he's ever blue. Thank you. Right. So, it's an end of the show. Thank you for staying with us. Thanks to my crew, my members. Today, dear, as you can see, makeup free, but my hair is by the Beauty Room by Alma. She tries her best to make me look pretty as always. Thank you for joining us and staying with us throughout the show. All I can say is be prepared for opportunities are there. waiting for you. Opportunity meets preparedness. My name is Liz, and this has been Liz Talks. Till come your way, same time next week. It's a wrap. Bye.